For over 60 years, scientists thought they had the Barreleye fish figured out. They'd caught dozens of them in deep-sea nets. They'd studied the bodies, measured them, photographed them, documented everything. And every single specimen looked the same. Ugly, mangled, deformed, like something that had been through a blender. The head was always crushed. The tissue was always damaged. The shape was always wrong. And scientists just assumed that's what the fish looked like. They thought, okay, this is another weird deep-sea creature. Another monster from the abyss that evolution forgot to make pretty. Nothing surprising. Just another odd addition to the catalog of strange fish that live where sunlight doesn't reach. But they were wrong. Completely wrong. And the reason they were wrong is heartbreaking, because the Barreleye fish isn't ugly. It's beautiful, delicate, almost otherworldly. But every time humans tried to look at it, every time we pulled one up from the deep to study it, we destroyed the very thing that made it special. You see, the Barreleye lives between 600 and 800 meters below the surface. Down there, the pressure is crushing. The weight of all that water pressing down is so intense that it would kill a human instantly. But the fish is built for it. Its body is perfectly adapted to survive in that environment. And the most important adaptation, the thing that makes this fish unlike anything else in the ocean, is its head. The Barreleye has a transparent dome on top of its skull. Not bone, not cartilage. A see-through, fluid-filled canopy that covers the top half of its face like a helmet made of glass. And inside that dome, floating in crystal-clear liquid, are its eyes. Two glowing green orbs that point straight up, watching the faint light from the surface hundreds of meters above. It's stunning. It's bizarre. It looks like something out of science fiction. But for decades, we had no idea it existed. Because the dome is fragile. Extremely fragile. And when you drag a fish up from the crushing pressure of the deep ocean to the normal pressure of the surface, everything changes. The water pressure drops. The liquid inside the dome expands. The delicate tissue that holds it together can't handle the shift. And in seconds, the entire structure collapses. The dome shatters. The fluid spills out. And what you're left with is a fish that looks nothing like what it's supposed to. The head caves in, the shape warps, the transparency vanishes. And suddenly, the Barreleye looks like every other deep-sea fish we've ever caught. Broken, ugly, ordinary. So scientists didn't know. They couldn't know, because the act of studying the fish was destroying the one feature that defined it. It's like trying to study a snowflake by holding it in your hand. By the time you get a good look, it's already melted. The thing you wanted to see is gone. And this went on for over 60 years. Researchers kept catching Barreleye fish. They kept examining them, and they kept seeing the same mangled, crushed specimens. They had theories. They had guesses. Some scientists suspected there might be something unusual about the head structure, but they had no proof, no evidence, just broken fish and unanswered questions. And then, in 2004, everything changed. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute sent a remotely operated vehicle down into the deep. An ROV, a robot submarine equipped with high-definition cameras and lights that could withstand the pressure. It went down to the Twilight Zone, that dark, cold layer of ocean where the Barreleye lives, and it started recording. And that's when they saw it. A fish hovering in the water, perfectly still, perfectly intact, and its head was glowing. Not glowing like bioluminescence, glowing because you could see right through it. The cameras captured something no human had ever seen before, a living Barreleye fish in its natural habitat with its transparent dome fully intact. The scientists watching the footage couldn't believe it. They thought the camera was broken. They thought it was some kind of optical illusion. Because fish don't have see-through heads. Fish have skulls. Bone. Protection. But there it was, clear as day. A fish with a liquid-filled canopy. Where a skull should be. A fish with eyes inside its head, visible through the dome, rotating and scanning the water above. It was a revelation. In one moment, decades of confusion made sense. The crushed specimens, the deformed heads, the strange tissue we kept finding. It wasn't the fish's natural state. It was damage. Destruction caused by us trying to study something too delicate to survive the journey to the surface. And once we saw the dome, once we understood what it actually was, we realized why it exists. The transparent head isn't just for show. It's not a weird mutation or a biological accident. It's a shield, a protective barrier designed for one very specific purpose. The Barreleye fish eats jellyfish. Or more specifically, it eats the prey that jellyfish catch. And jellyfish are covered in stinging cells, nematocysts, tiny harpoons filled with venom that fire the moment something touches them. For most fish, swimming through jellyfish tentacles is suicide. The stings would paralyze them, blind them, kill them. But the Barreleye doesn't care. It swims right through. And the reason it can do that is because of the dome. The transparent shield covering its head protects the most vulnerable parts of its body. The eyes, the brain, the sensory organs. The stinging cells hit the dome and bounce off. They can't penetrate the fluid. They can't reach the tissue underneath. The Barreleye just glides through the jellyfish, like it's swimming through harmless water. It's not bone protecting the fish, it's liquid. A fluid-filled canopy that absorbs impacts, equalizes pressure, and lets light pass through without blocking the view. It's one of the most elegant solutions to a survival problem that evolution has ever created. And we almost missed it. We almost went another 100 years thinking this fish was just another ugly bottom dweller. Most predators are aggressive. They chase, they fight, they use speed or strength or sharp teeth to overpower their prey. Sharks hunt by charging. Barracudas hunt by ambush. Anglerfish hunt by luring victims close with a glowing light. But the Barreleye doesn't do any of that. It doesn't chase. It doesn't fight. It doesn't even move most of the time. The Barreleye hunts like a drone, like a piece of military surveillance equipment hovering silently in enemy territory. It stays perfectly still in the water, invisible to everything above it, and it waits. It just waits. For hours, sometimes days, watching, scanning, calculating. And when the moment is right, it strikes with surgical precision. And the reason it can do this, the reason it can hover in place without sinking or drifting, is because of its fins. The Barreleye has large, flat fins that are positioned in a way that most fish don't have. They're not built for speed. They're built for balance, for control, for staying absolutely motionless in the water column. Think of them like the rotors on a helicopter. A helicopter doesn't need to go fast. It needs to stay in one spot. It needs to hover. And that's exactly what the Barreleye does. It uses its fins to counteract gravity, to balance against currents, to hold its position without using any energy. It's not swimming. It's floating, suspended, locked in place like it's been paused in time. And while it's hovering there, it's watching. Those green glowing eyes are pointed straight up, scanning the faint light from the surface. The fish is looking for shadows, silhouettes, the outline of something moving between it and the distant glow above. It's looking for shrimp, small fish, anything that drifts too close. But here's the genius of it. The Barreleye is almost completely invisible from above. When you're looking down into the deep ocean, you're looking into darkness. The Barreleye blends into that darkness perfectly. Its body is dark, its shape is vague, and because it's not moving, there's no motion to give it away. To anything swimming overhead, the Barreleye doesn't exist. It's a ghost, a shadow in the void. But the Barreleye can see them, crystal clear, because it's not looking into the dark, it's looking up at the light. And anything that passes between the fish and the surface creates a silhouette, a shape, a target. The prey has no idea it's being watched, no idea it's being tracked. And by the time it realizes something is wrong, it's already too late. The Barreleye rises, slowly, smoothly. It doesn't thrash or lunge. It just ascends. And as it moves, it rotates its eyes. It tilts them forward, so it can see where it's going. So, it can line up the shot, and then, in one quick motion, it opens its tiny mouth and snatches the prey right out of the water. One bite. Clean. Efficient. No struggle. No wasted energy. And then, the barreleye sinks back down into the darkness, resets its position, points its eyes upward again, and goes back to waiting. It's not a fighter. It's a sniper. And in the deep ocean, patience is the ultimate weapon. A fish with night vision goggles in its brain. A transparent head protecting eyes that glow green. A sniper hovering in the void. Invisible, patient, perfect. The ocean doesn't run out of surprises, and we've barely scratched the surface. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos on the strangest creatures science is still trying to figure out, subscribe, because trust me, it gets weirder from here.